Hey everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat. And I'm here today with an image from Altenew called Build a Flower Rose. And I'm using this stamped image or series of images to make a card. And they have wonderful sayings. It says, I smile when I think of you. Even a smile is charity, and peace begins with a smile. And I'm going to put on the screen the colors that I use. And I have the Altenew mini cubes, and that's what I'm using for the colors of the flower. I like that they have sets because I'm colorblind. It makes it a lot easier to say, oh, these go together. Here's a light, a medium, a dark, So I that's the reason that I purchased those types of inks, and it wasn't a bad price to purchase the minis. I would love the bigger ones, but I don't, one, I didn't want to pay that amount of money, and two, I don't have the room for those full-size inks. But I'm making this card for a very sweet lady. Her name is Christine Walsh, and she has, in the past few months, became a subscriber of mine, and very quickly she and I have hit it off and really got to know each other. And that's happened with several of the ladies that have become a part of my channel, and in my opinion a part of my life. And so for my challenge, for my decoration station, I needed, I asked for people's addresses to enter the challenge. Well, I got her address, and she had, and then she and I also joined on Facebook. And I apologize that I'm not telling you exactly what I'm doing here, but I'm just using the 6 layers. There's actually 7, but I only use 6 to build this rose. And so yesterday when I was on Facebook, I saw a very sad message from Christine saying that her house had burnt to the ground, that they had lost everything. And, I don't know if you guys are like me. I make cards all the time, but when I need to give a card to someone in particular, like I wanted to give something to Christine, I couldn't just reach in my thing and pull out any card. It had to be one that I felt like I made special for her, which, so that's why I end up giving a lot of my cards to people, because, if I send a card to you, you can know that I didn't just pull it out of a bin. I made it specifically with you in mind. And so with that said, I stayed up till, I don't know, it was after 2 o'clock this morning getting this card made, because I really wanted to get this out in the mail to her. And I wanted to ask all of you if you would keep her and her family in your prayers. Everyone got out safe, including her pets, her 2 dogs and her cat. But, if you've ever been through a house fire, it's just gut-wrenching to watch everything that you've spent your life accumulating and building and working on. It's just something that's just a horrible experience, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And it broke my heart that, that she was having to go through this. So when I found out, I messaged her, on Facebook, and, let her know that she'd be in my prayers. And so I'm not telling anything that, she didn't put out on Facebook. I don't want y'all thinking I'm telling her private personal information or anything. But I just wanted to ask you all, I believe in the power of prayer. And I believe that the Bible tells us that when 2 or more are gathered in my name, there also I shall be. And so I wanted, to ask you all to pray with me and join me in prayer for Christine and her family, and know that God can take the the worst of tragedies and turn them into the most amazing of miracles. And I believe he can. You know, I mean, do I want to be disabled? Do I want to be in pain? No. You know, if I could choose my life different, would I? Probably. But you know what? This is the life that God chose for me. And when you go through deep waters, God will be with you. And that's the sentiment that I use for this, because that's how I feel every day. That even though I'm in pain, I'm never alone. And if it ever gets to the point where it feels like it might be too much, I always have someone that I can call on, and I can call on my Heavenly Father, and He will give me the strength to get through whatever I face that day. And I know that He's going to do that for her. But right now, she's just having a rough time, and she needs lifted up in prayer. And I will put a link to all of the things that I use in this video. And like I said, if I'm sorry that I'm not really discussing or showing you how or telling you what I'm doing, but you can see what I'm doing. I'm layering the images one on top of the other. But right now, my primary reason for this is to ask for prayer. If you want to see me do this card and explain to you what I'm doing, please just leave a comment in the comments below, and I will do another video explaining what I'm doing. But there are tons of videos out there on how to layer images, and I just am far from the best. So, you know, but I tell you what I did with all my heart, and I know that Christine will know that. It's not perfect, which, like I said in the past, if you want perfect, go to Hallmark. So, you know, let's just keep her family in prayer. And, you know, I know that when God's people pray, great things happen. And so I know that God has something incredible in mind for her family. And so I just, you know, couldn't finish my card without putting some shimmer and shine on there. Got to put my Spectrum Noir, man. I'm hooked on that stuff. But I just wanted to share this with you and ask you to join me in prayer, and wanted to remind you to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. And thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. I love you all. I'm very blessed to have you in my life. Bye.